Hello, everybody. How you doing? It's Damon yet again, and this time we'll do the Rebooking 2008. 2008 is a very, very important year in culture. And let's start about the bad things. This is the bad things is we were introduced to Katy Perry. Hey, I apologize for that, guys. I really don't apologize. I think we should, sometimes people over apologize, but this one I apologize for. I mean, she's a pretty much the definition of a poser. She pretends to be the hot person. Basically, yeah, Katy Perry looks good when she has makeup on. Seen her without makeup, and trust you me, she looks basic, a bland Karen if you ever seen one. So, and her music basically just came across as being basically the pop version of what an edgelord must be, because she wants piss off daddy. That's basically what Katy Perry represents to me. So, yeah, I apologize for that, guys. What Maya paper planes and people just say I remind them of Slumdog Millionaire, a movie of 2008. I associate it with Pineapple Express. So speaking of Pineapple Express, that summer I kept saying in one of my videos, I probably didn't see, but let's pretend that you did. Best movie summers of all time. I ranked 2008 as the number one. It might not be 2008 the best movie year there is, but in terms of summer, it was packed. And I miss summers are packed with different kind of movies, like a buffet. Yeah, everything. The Lab Spent podcast, JP Sorrow, and Jack Incarceration. All right, it's always about food, guys. You always have to consider this about food. It has to be like a food basically buffet. I don't want just, I love salad, but I want basically just a restaurant, just salad. I like pizza, but I'm not going to buffet just to eat pizza. I want a bit of everything, even soup. So, yeah, that summer was packed. You started with Forgetting Sarah Marshall, a great romantic comedy. Uh, Iron Man, a movie that low expectation there, but people say Robert Downey Jr. reinvented his career with this. I think it took it to the next level, but it was reinvented with Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. But I digress. Iron Man was so good. It's still my top 10 of best superhero movies of all time. Basically, then you have Indiana Jones, The Kingdom of Crystal Skull. I went to see it once with my girlfriend, once with friends, my brother included. I felt it's a good movie. I didn't regret seeing the movie theater, but I regretted seeing it twice. It's a movie I could have seen once, and then maybe on streaming, that's it. Uh, what other movie did I see? Oh, Kung Fu Panda. There's not been one bad Kung Fu Panda in that whole series. Damn good. Incredible Hulk was pretty good, was neat. The equivalent of neat, nothing great, nothing bad. Hancock, good concept, good acting. I mean, Will Smith was good, Charlie Theron, but I thought the person who stole the show was Jason Bateman. Uh, what else? I'm trying to see. You Don't Mess with the Zoan. It's Adam Sandler-ish. That's all I'm gonna say. Uh, trying to see which other movie that I remember that I've seen that summer. Ah, there was Hellboy 2, pretty good, very underrated. It's not mentioned enough. Uh, and then there comes The Dark Knight. And in fact, a friend of mine told me that, hey, you know what? 2026 was 2008. In 2 years, it'll be 20 years of The Dark Knight. I said, well, the time goes by fast, really fast. I've seen the movie in the movie theater 5 times, and every single time it would end with people clapping the end of it or people gasping the pencil trick of the Joker. Do I need to say more about the movie? The fact that it's the reason why the Oscars basically got record low ratings that time, but they couldn't even deny the late great Heath Ledger of a statuette in the form of Best Supporting Actor. But there wasn't just The Dark Knight. There was also Step Brothers, Mummy 3, which was underwhelming, but I still feel like it's better adventure movie or a better mummy movie than most. You had Pineapple Express. You had Tropic Thunder. What I said about great comedies. You had two of them basically, straight back to back, especially Tropic Thunder. Is Tropic Thunder ended Dark Knight's reign in the box office. Then it was followed by, I think it was another movie that I forget. Maybe there's another movie that I forgot. Oh yeah, Wally. Wally. I forgot Wally. Wally was damn good as well. See, the whole movie summer was good. And to me, it's very important because usually a summer movie indicates, or it's a great indicator of how the movie scope the quality of the movie scope will be for the entire year. So that's basically in terms of pop culture. What about wrestling? In wrestling, 2008, Jeff Hardy basically was going to the ascending the main event scene. CM Punk was worldwide champion. Triple H was WWE champion again. ECW champion was Mark Henry. Uh, you have basically the World Tag Team titles, like Miz and Morrison's are uh, Major Brothers, basically are the tag team champion on SmackDown, whereas on Raw it was Legacy, priceless, I guess. Uh, what else? Women's champion was Mickey James, and yeah. So how would I book SummerSlam? This one is actually very easy to book. First of all, like surprisingly, very, very easy. How would I start off? I would have started off with the Intercontinental title. I have Kofi Kingston defend against JBL. And I'm not proud to say that I would have JBL win the IC title there. Like, yeah, I have no other clue what to do here. Now, for the World Tag Team titles, I would have, in this case, I would have Crime Time beating Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase. See, so it's pretty easy there to do. Now, what else? For the ECW title, okay, for the ECW title, I would have, in this case, Mark Henry successfully defend his title against Tommy Dreamer. Then, because it's a lot of title matches there, so prepare this, okay? Then, afterwards, I would have, because I like the Great Khali, I would have Great Khali versus the Big Show. Yeah, it's a match basically between two giants versus Umaga. I want a monster match. And who cares who wins? I'm going to be entertained. That's all that matters. Now, for the United States title, I would have Shelton Benjamin challenging Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy would not lose at Great American Bash. He would lose the US title here at SummerSlam 2008 against Shelton Benjamin. So, for the tag titles, what do I do? Okay, for the tag titles, you could have, in this case, Miz and Morrison challenge the Major Brother against, or basically Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. And against, the Collins. I would have Collins win it here. So yeah. Then for the women's heavyweight title, you would have Mickey James defend against Beth Phoenix. You can have Beth Phoenix win in a singles match here. That's fine. Then what would I do afterwards? For the world heavyweight title, CM Punk. Who would CM Punk defend the title against? Well, I would have him defend the title against against William Regal. It makes sense because William Regal, King of the Ring of 2008. Would he be in the finals by submission to win it? CM Punk. So the moment CM Punk wins the World Heavyweight title, William Regal abuses power because he was also GM on Raw to book himself a title match against CM Punk. He tries to use whatever means he can to win. He doesn't. CM Punk wins after one GTS. GTA is on the mind. GTS in 12 minutes. Then you have a match, not basically a barroom brawl. You don't even have to actually have a match between Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho. And this one time, I know people don't like those kind of endings. I don't want a decisive ending in that match. It's a fight. It doesn't end with a pinfall. It's just like both of them, it ended up being after 12 minutes. It's so brutal that security stops both guys, and you still have the same moment with Jericho, Rebecca, Shawn Michaels' real life wife, and Shawn Michaels. You still have the same moment, but it ends basically in no contest. So, following up this, what's left? Well, we got the WWE title match. You got Triple H. Who does he defend against? And I felt like, you could give somebody a break there, but also a break in the sense of I want to have somebody who I know will just be like a number there. I would have MVP. You could have MVP versus, let's say, Jeff Hardy versus Brian Kendrick. Yeah, I know it's pretty much the same scarable match, but I feel like you could have this and have Triple H pin whichever of those guys to retain the championship. As much as I don't like Triple H, it's like that was the right thing to do. Jeff Hardy just came back. Well, it came back a couple of months beforehand, but it wasn't time for it right now. MVP was in the midst of a losing streak, and I think it was disciplinary reasons. And Brian Kendrick was Brian Kendrick. So we'd have no choice there. Then the two last match will be the same as in real life. You have John Cena versus Batista, with Batista winning, and the Hell in a Cell match would end the card with Undertaker beating Edge after 22 minutes. After one last ride, two tombstone, 1, 2, 3. And there would be my SummerSlam 2008 rebooked. I thought was a very underrated, very well booked, very well done SummerSlam real life. I just thought I would perfect it a little bit more. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. I catch you guys later. Peace.